What up, world? It's your girl, Miss Leah.
I'm your girl, Breezy J.
And welcome to the Wind Down, where we will be discussing everything.
From sex, love, relationships, and everything.
Everything in between.
Everything.
So we hope you check us out every Wednesday here on WTTSradio.com. You can also follow us at Wind Down Wednesdays on Instagram and also follow the station, WTTS Radio, on Instagram as well.
All right, well, before we get into the topic of discussion for tonight, I want to introduce our wine for tonight. We're drinking on some Beringer Pink Moscato. So we want y'all to go ahead and grab y'all glasses of wine.
Glass, sit down, relax.
Get ready, because we're going to get into it.
We're going to wind down tonight.
Yes.
And we hope y'all tune in all night and wind down with us. So yeah, so our topic of discussion for the night, what we want to get into is letting it go. You know, have you
absolutely
letting go of a relationship, friendship,
any type of exactly anything. Any type of shit. We're just trying to let it go. You feel me?
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So have you had to let go lately? Like, have you had to let go of anything?
Definitely had to have let go lately.
Really?
I have to say that ever since, I mean, I've only been 30 for 5 months now, but you know, I've definitely had a few eye openers, I have to say.
Absolutely.
Since I've turned 30, and I've definitely had to let relationships go.
Yeah.
You know, friendships, situationships, all of that.
No, that's right. Hashtag situationship.
Exactly. There you go. So what, you know what I'm saying? What about you? Have you had to let something go or somebody?
Lately, yes. Yes.
I think we all have
we all had to just like let it go.
At
like,
some point.
You know, and it's not even really, I don't know. You know, sometimes it's more so the thought of somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, this person was once this to you, and they are not to you
anymore.
You know, not that to you any longer. So, you know, I had to
wash your hands with it.
Exactly. It's over.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I think we all get to a point in our life and in our, you know, relationships that we have to just say, you know what, enough is enough. And you know, we definitely want to talk a little bit about that and a couple of different things tonight. So first of all, I want to get into, like, how do you get over that? How would you get over an ex?
I'm the girl that goes home, closes the blinds, turns the music on, got pajamas on. You know, I am the wallow in your sorrow. You know, turn that music. Ain't no sunshine. You know, turn it up and just wallow in the sorrow.
Yeah.
And, you know, think about everything that's transpired, everything that's happened. You know, why?
Get yourself together.
How did I get here? And you know, and
you got to ask yourself, did I do something?
Exactly.
Did I let it go because of something they did? You got to also get that together.
I am that person. I just sit home and I analyze it all in my head and I play out the whole relationship and everything that went right, everything that went wrong, you know, all of that. And usually by the end of day 2, I'm bumping, you know, my girl power. I don't need you, like, whatever the case may be, you know. And it's not even just for friendship. I mean, not even just for relationships. I'm sorry. Right. It's for friendships. You know, when you have had people in your life for so long, you know, you kind of get attached to the relationship or, you know, the role that they played in your life, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes, you know, the length of the relationship is what people can't let it go. You know, I've been this person's friend for 15 years.
I'm 30.
Exactly.
I've been with this since I've basically been in high school. And it's like, how do I just say,
how do I let it go?
Bye. Yeah.
Right. This person has been this to me, and they've seen this, and we've been through all of this together. You know, so a lot of people, I think it's hard to let go of the idea.
Absolutely.
Or the role that the person
that they play
in your life. You know, but
whether that's positive, negative.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might not realize that a relationship is negative until, you know, you've reached that breaking point, or sometimes until it's too late.
Or you don't really realize, like you said, until it's too late and you have had an opportunity to reflect.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To look back on it. Sometimes it's not until you get out of the relationship, the friendship, whatever the case may be. It's not until you get out of it that you're like, dang, this is really what this was.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you just have to just sometimes just let it
go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. So I mean, what type of situation have you had to let go of lately?
Well, I would have to say that I'm glad you worded it that way, because I've definitely had to let go of situations rather than friendships or relationships or anything like that. I've definitely had to let go of situations because what I realized is that with all of the day-to-day things that you have going on in your life, school, work, kids, family, you know what I'm saying? And also the other friendships that you also have to make sure that you keep up with, is too much going on for you to have to worry about one particular situation. And the situation that I realized that I had to let go of was a situation where I didn't even know what happened. You know what I mean? I don't even know what the situation was. And that's where I think, sometimes it gets a little bit tricky with letting go, because if on your end, nothing's wrong, but on their end, it's obviously something wrong. Even though you haven't, a lot of people say, oh, it ain't a problem if you ain't bring it to me yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. If I feel like something has changed in our situation, then I would definitely have to say that that's when, I just got to reflect a little bit more and figure out, is it time to move on yet?
Exactly. I totally understand that. I'm gonna move away from the friendship a little bit. And when I talk about exes, like, or we can even stay in a friendship. Let's stay. There you go. Exactly. These friendships, relationships got me tongue tied. But how long should it take to move on from something?
I think that's a good question, because it's different for different situations. You can't just really put a specific time frame. Now, if I would say that if you're being harmed, if you're, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so be sure to check out, WTTSradio.com. We had a Break the Silence. What was it, this past Tuesday that we did? So definitely check that out and, get more information and check that out, because if you're going through that type of situation, we want to ensure that you're getting the help you need. But in those type of situations, you know what I mean? I believe that it is too long there's definitely a time frame on too long.
Right.
You don't want to end up and not wake up one day because, you're in this relationship that is hurting you to a point where you're being physically, emotionally abused.
Exactly. And to piggyback off of that a little bit, like you said, I don't think that you can put a time limit on, when you have reached that breaking point. Right. You know what I mean? You can't say, you know what, this is happening right now. In 2 months, I'm going to be ready. Yeah. And, I got to move on from it. Once you have reached your breaking point, once you know what, I can't do this anymore.
I can't do it. Yeah.
I cannot do this anymore. That is when I think you finally, something clicks in your head and you're like, this is, this is not for me. Gone on too long. It's not for me. Onward and upward, gotta let it go.
Absolutely.
Gotta let it go.
And the reason why I think we also say that it depends, on the person or whatever. We don't want people to feel like, they're dumb for staying in this friendship or staying in this relationship. Right. Everybody has, walks their own walk, you know what I'm saying? And we all have our own path. And I really believe that people come in your life for a reason. So,
right. You know what I saw, not even to cut you off, but I saw this awesome post on Facebook today, and it was just saying how, the saying, people come in your life for a reason or a season. I mean, and it was way more in depth than that, but I can't remember. But that is just have never been more prevalent than now.
Absolutely.
At 30,
that's what I'm about to say, and not to sound so cliche, like, oh, y'all, y'all talking about just because you're 30. No, I'm so serious. It's like, I remember times where people would say, like, girl, you think you've went through things, just wait.
Wait till you turn 30.
Wait till you turn 30, or wait till you turn 40. So it's definitely, I would say every year is a new year to learn something new. But when it comes to decades and things like that, I really believe that you transition fully. And if you're not transitioning, you're not letting go of something. You're still holding on to something that's not allowing you to transition to that new decade. It's no way you could tell me that you go from your 20s to your 30s and you're the same person that you were. Because if you are, I mean, And
I
I can't necessarily say that's a bad thing, because there's some 20-year-olds out here that got it together, honey.
Oh, I know some.
Okay,
girl, I'm like, you make me look bad.
Exactly, and they don't necessarily have to mean, you know, relationship wise. Oh, they married, they got kids. It could be career wise. They got goals
Finances
going for themselves. Exactly,
and everything. You know, all of that stuff in order, and it just goes to show that, you know, usually those people have not let things from their past, whatever the case may be, you know, because I know a lot of people who have come from really nothing, you know, or whatever, or the worst situations, and they just haven't let that get in the way of forward progression.
There we go.
You know, so, you know, it's all about letting go. And it's clear that they moved past whatever the struggle was.
Absolutely.
And are doing well. So, you know.
Well, you know what? And while we're talking about that, I definitely want to hear from y'all. So definitely post on Instagram. Let us know.
Wind Down Wednesdays.
Wind Down Wednesdays. Definitely hit us up on there and let us know what y'all think. You know what I mean? Comment, questions. If you want to talk about things, we'll definitely respond back. So be sure to do that. Yeah, definitely.
Now, I always ask myself when I am considering a situation to let go of, or, you know, when I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, this is it. This is it. How long is too long before you let it go? I mean, I guess that's kind of what we already asked, but like, how long for the process?
Yeah, you know? Okay. I guess, are we talking about the healing process, or are we talking about just getting ready to go?
Well, we already touched on getting ready to go, so I guess maybe I should have clarified. Yeah. But like the healing process, like how long is just too long to just be dwelling
on this situation? Okay. Now that's a really good point, because I feel like some people that has a point where it's too long. Yeah. You know what I mean? A certain situation is definitely has its time frame. So I would definitely have to say, for me, I'm the type of person, like you were touching on how you like to kind of wallow in stuff like that. With situations, I think with situations, I think it's a little bit different. I like to kind of pick myself up and be around people and, you know, uplift myself and, you know, be like, okay, you know what? Because to me, that's how I feel like you will be able to move on. Right. If you cool, take a few days, take the L and think about it and marinate it a little bit, but then also get back to a point where after that 2 days, it's like, okay, I am done. I am not going to give that any more of my energy, any more of my time, because, you know what I mean? I just have way too many other things to worry about in life.
Kids and work and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yes, definitely.
I definitely understand that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, one thing that I want to touch on really quick is for those people that are ready to leave and they just don't know absolutely what to do. Like in my situation, I would probably tell them, look, get yourself together. Make sure you're good so that when you walk out that door, you don't come back no more. Exactly. So, you know what I mean? Like, what advice would you give? Because I'm pretty sure we have some younger viewers on here that feel like, oh, I've been with my boo since we were 15, 16 years old. We're going to be high school sweethearts. We're going to get married. And it just does not always happen that way. So I guess I'm more so talking about in relationships rather than friendships.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and it goes back to you having a breaking point. You know what I mean? Okay. And I also think for the younger, I mean, not even just the younger viewers, all of the viewers. I mean, you have to know your worth. And I think once you know your worth, and once you realize what you're worth, and once you assess the situation, and you see that the situation is giving you what you're worth and what you expect and the things that you need, you know, then you'll stay with it. Absolutely. Or you assess the situation and you realize, hey, I've been holding on to this thing for 15, 20 years, or however many years you are holding on to the idea of what this should have been, or the dream of what you wanted it to be. You know, you have held on to that for so long and have in the process not gotten what you needed out of a relationship. The other person probably, if they haven't made the move, or, you know, if they haven't if you're feeling like something has changed,
right,
you know, they're probably not getting what they need in a relationship. So I think you really need to know your worth, and then you know, know your worth, and assess your life, like where you want your life to go.
And we're not talking about just the females, fellas too. We want y'all to know that y'all are worthy just as well as the female. I mean, because without y'all, what do we have? You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know what I mean? I know, you know, in any rate, I want to stay on topic here, but I just think that, you know, that goes to the men as well, because I think we also need to let men know that, you know, their role is just as important. Absolutely. Your feelings are just as important. Absolutely. So, you know, I think it's men out there that's also going through situationships or relationships where it's just like, dang, when do I, you know, because we always think that guys have this hard, you know, shell, and they're like, I got, you know, people in the bag. I got people on the back burner, when really that person that, or a friendship, you can have a dude that, you know, bromances, as they like to, I know some guys don't use like that term, they don't like but that, you know what I'm saying? You know, those type of friendships that you have, I feel like guys get connected as well. That's and true. It's hard for them as well. Definitely. It is hard for, I'm sure, I'm not a guy, clearly. Hello. But you know, I'm sure it is. I mean, and it just goes back to the idea of something, or this is this person that you grew up with. You know, y'all been kicking it forever. And, you know, this person just isn't. You know everything about me. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, that was the homie. That was the homie. Yes. Like, you know, we sandball. Exactly. You know, so A1 since day one. It's so crazy. But you know, it's the idea. It's what the person. It's the role that the person played. Absolutely. You know, that that can be really hard to let go. Absolutely. And you know, I'm sure men. Like I said, I'm sure men deal with that as well. Yeah. You know, it's really hard, but it all goes back to knowing your worth, and when enough is enough, you know, it's saying that exactly. It's enough, and being willing to let it go. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to be willing to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Exactly. Something else that's much better than this. Exactly. Now, I want to get into letting go of, like, because I know we've been talking about relationships. We've been talking about friendships. Let's talk about in a career. You've been in this career, because I know people, men, women that have worked like years and get ready, you know, for retirement, and they're still at like maybe the $80,000 threshold, which you would think like, oh, that's a pretty good, that's a good pay. But when you're but when you're a 60 something, because at today's time, most likely you're retiring around 65. Let's just be honest. You're somewhere between 60, 60 and 70. You're retiring. So at that age, I feel like, and you're not getting that full 80%. I mean, that at full $80,000. You know what I mean? That to me is not going to cover medical bills, anything that you have like that. So what I want to know is, when is it time to say deuces to this career? I need to start looking, because I don't quit your job before you got a new one. You feel me? Definitely don't quit your job before you got a new one. But when is it time to start looking for a new job? And I know I sound repetitive, but when you got to know your worth, and when you feel like you're not getting what you deserve, in that then job, it's time to move on. Yes, because in a job, you still have to get something from it. You can't just go there and be like, I'm just here to pay my bills. So many people that are in the situation that are just, you know, in the job because it provides. Exactly. I'm not getting the satisfaction from the job. And I can think back to when we were in high school, and they're saying, you know, don't do a job that you don't love, that you don't want to get up and do every single day. But life happens. Absolutely. And you sometimes can't control that. You know, everybody can't do what they love and make a living on it. Absolutely. You know what I mean? That's absolutely right. If that was the case, I'd be shopping all day. I know that's right. And getting paid to do it. Exactly. So I guess in on that, you know, note, so it doesn't really matter if you're making $80,000 or $200,000. If you're not happy, if you're not happy in a relationship, a career, a situationship, a friendship, any type of ship, then definitely get out of there before it's too late. Stress is definitely a silent killer, and it is. Yeah, we definitely need to, you know, be aware of that and know when enough is enough. Exactly. I mean, and then just to you know, get into that a little bit more. Some people don't think that they have the skills.
or the know-how, especially like the older generation.
Yeah, they're going
to
hire someone younger than me. Yeah.
Exactly. And to bring it full circle, better yourself.
Yeah.
Better yourself
and show
your
them
skills,
that you're better
and
than
show them
that
you're
next
better
person.
In the career, in the family relationship, in the friendship.
Absolutely.
In the love relationship. Do what it is to better yourself. And
once they see it, if they're supposed to be in your life, or if that career is supposed to be the career for you, doors are going to open. A position is going to open to where you're making the amount that you want to be making, but you're happy doing the job that it is that you're doing.
And even still, and also once you better yourself, you can try to make the relationship work. But if it doesn't, then that's when if it doesn't take you to that next place, if it doesn't take you to that next level, then that's when you need to let it go.
Well, and on that note, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. So make sure you stay right here at WTTSradio.com, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Wind Down Wednesdays. Make sure you're following us at WTTS Radio, WTTSradio.com, and Wind Down Wednesdays. So I want to touch a little bit about situations.
Get back on that.
Yeah. We talked about situations a little bit. I want to touch on that because lately, quite recently, I have seen some things on social media. You look worried.
Social, okay, girl, because I'm like, what's going on? What's happening here? Okay.
I've seen things on social media where people kind of haven't really let go of certain situations. You know what I mean? And seem real bitter about it. So I guess, like, how do you stop being a bitter bitch?
That's a very good question.
How do you stop being bitter about something that has transpired so long ago?
And you're still talking about it to the point where it's just like it may have even happened before Facebook was even invented. I mean, because let's be real, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people hold on to things for so long. So to me, I feel like when you let go of that relationship, that friendship, or that job, or whatever, you let go of that situation too.
That's true.
Because if you don't let go of the situation, how have you fully let go of the friendship?
That's true. That's true. Right. And I mean, I think that if you are still harboring feelings from the situation, like, this person has its hold on you. This person has a hold on you, and I refuse to let anybody that I've let go to have a hold on me.
Exactly.
I let you go.
Exactly. Bye. Exactly.
Like, no, not happening. You know what I mean? So you can't progress. Like,
if you're still holding on to the past.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or the situation, because the situation is the past. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's like this person still has a hold on you if you're able to still think about what they did as to why we stopped being friends.
Exactly.
Or as to why I broke up with that person.
Exactly.
You cannot, it's no way that you can tell me that you're still harboring over that situation, but you're no longer that person's friend.
Right. I mean, like, it's things that have happened, the stuff that I've seen. It's things that have happened like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, see.
Yeah, drink to that. Drink to that. 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we are adults with children and families and bills
and jobs and so many other things to worry about than to, worry about something that was so old. And I just think that, you know what I mean? I think that we all have to learn that when you're ready to say goodbye, and I think that kind of touches bases on too when it's too long. When you say goodbye and you're still holding on to a situation that happened, you weren't ready to say goodbye. And that's just how I look at it. It's something that's still, if you find yourself still questioning what if, or could something could possibly have happened for us to still be friends, or to still be lovers, or whatever situation you're in. If you're still harboring on the situation, you're not fully over that person. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like, and to me, if you're holding on to a situation, that person most likely 9 times out of 10 is not even thinking about you.
Exactly. And you just like thinking about them, and you know,
putting
when you
all
see
the
them,
energy,
then you give them so much power over you. It is no way that, and I can't say that I didn't used to do it.
Yeah,
but as
absolutely.
an adult,
you grow.
it's no way that I'm going to allow somebody to have that type of power over me.
Exactly.
Or that hold on me as an adult. Especially if it's something that happened when we were kids or teenagers or even young adults. You know, like your mindset has totally changed. My mindset has changed. Like, I'm not going to be mad because you said something about me on Facebook. And
Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, Twitter,
and like
Instagram.
2006, when Facebook was, oh shoot, maybe I'm dating myself. Maybe Facebook was out before then, but that's when I
because you know Facebook was out for college students first, y'all. So hey.
And I ain't go to a traditional college. So.
There you go.
That's why
we didn't have access to Facebook back then.
right. So, but you know, it's like she said this about me on Facebook and blah 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 years ago. So I am going to not let go of the situation.
Absolutely.
Still harbor on it. And when I get a chance to say something to her on Facebook in 2015, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna add her, and we're gonna fight.
That's
on
ridiculous.
Facebook.
Exactly.
Internet gangster.
There we
Come
go.
On now, y'all.
Yeah, there we go. Who does that?
Right. But y'all might be younger.
Right. But still, and speaking on, you know, this is stuff that we've personally gone through or that we've seen. Right. So, you know what I mean? I absolutely just think that it's just too much. You got way too much time on your hands if you could still be harboring over a situation. You know what I mean? We got kids, y'all. Come on now. We got bills. We got a job.
I ain't
color.
Thinking about
Come on, do something do color with your children. Go to the movies with your kids. I mean, if y'all don't have you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't have a significant other or friends that you can go to the movies with, them babies will definitely be your friend, okay? So take them kids out to the movies, sit down and do some sight words, you know what I'm saying? Let's get some education going on up here. Let's make something positive out of this negative situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that our children don't have to deal with this at 30. Because what I feel like is, if I want to touch on, like when you said internet gangsters or internet bullies, because what happens is we see a lot of bullying going on in school age kids, but we don't really touch on it when it comes to adults. And
that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Just because you feel like
not
you're
really
confident
on topic,
in yourself, absolutely. But I just want to put that out there that just because you feel like you're adult enough to handle something or to throw shade at somebody or to you know, bring up old situations that they may have moved on, or they might be, you know, harboring about themselves or feeling bad about. And next thing you know, you open up old wounds that didn't even need to be. So as grown ass adults, we just need to let it go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just like for everything that is, you know, going on in your life. Just let it go. If it's not making you happy or if it's not bringing you any type of satisfaction, holla. Hallelujah. Don't leave me hanging down.
I wouldn't, sorry.
Girl, you know what I'm saying?
I had my head down. I had to praise him real quick.
Exactly. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I definitely, you know, I definitely feel like you can't let people drain that energy from you. You're too much of a valuable person on this earth and on this planet.
Exactly.
You know, to
and
let
tomorrow
somebody
isn't
do that.
promised. You know what I mean? So I don't know what tomorrow holds, if anything.
If anything.
So I'll be daggone.
Yes.
If I'm gonna wallow in this mess from the past.
There you go. Right.
Because
absolutely.
You know, I just can't. Like, and it's nothing like when you let go, you free yourself. Free yourself.
Free yourself. There you go.
Free yourself.
Hey, God Almighty, we freed ourselves. So yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You do have to, you know, just free yourself from that baggage and, you know, just stop being the bag lady. Right. You know what I'm saying? That goes for the gentleman as well.
Everybody.
You know, exactly. Everybody got baggage that they're carrying around.
They do. I mean, and they do. You know,
and it's just time to definitely let it go. You know what I mean? And you're talking about, you know, the whole Facebook bitter bitch situation. I want to know from y'all. This is going to come out to y'all. What bitter bitch situation have you been in lately? Is there any type of, you know what I'm saying, something that you've seen on social media, something that has maybe happened in, your personal life that has been going on? Hit us up on Instagram, Wind Down Wednesdays, and let us know what you think about the whole bitter bitch
That's
situation.
True, and I hate to use the word,
but sometimes,
but it's sometimes no better word
to use
to sum up
exactly
somebody than that.
Exactly.
But, I think that you have to let it go. And I think that sometimes these expletives are harboring these feelings because they don't have anything else going for themselves.
Oh my goodness.
They aren't where they want to be in life.
Exactly.
Or, it's just
scallywags. You know what I'm saying? Like
she old, y'all. She old, y'all. A lot of y'all don't know what that is, but
they Google it right now. SCA Leewag. How do you spell that, girl? Don't even.
Crazy.
Yes,
but they are happy with where they are, and it causes them to be bitter.
Yeah,
so they're talking about the bitch part.
Absolutely, but just being a bitter person in general.
Bitter people.
You don't have to be a bitch to be bitter. You know what I mean? You could be a nice ass bitter person. Like you could be the sweetest, bitterest person. That's no fucking word.
I've never met one of those, so I don't know what she's talking about.
No, okay. What I'm saying is you could be sweet as pie, but you're like,
that would be
is that an emoji? Isn't that an emoji?
Sad face emoji?
Yeah, like you could be, you could be the nicest person in the world, but you're just so bitter and hung up on something that's so old that's keeping you from progressing in life. Like you're wondering why you're still in this same position that you were in 5 years ago. Did that situation happen 5 years ago? Yeah. 9 times out of 10, you're still stuck on that situation. So you're still back 5 years ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
so this nice bitter person is secretly bitter.
No, yes, they're secretly bitter until it comes, because that's what we have friends for. We have to vent to our friends. You know what I mean? Like you can't go to work being bitter. You can't go to work and your boss like, hell, we got to figure out how to get him or her out of here. We can't have that energy so you have to know when to be bitter. To be bitter, in other words. But no, seriously, but for real, on like a serious note, like we do have to make sure that we're letting that go so that we're able to progress and do what it is that we want to do in our life.
Right.
You look and a lot of times what happens is you see your good friend or the ex,
good girlfriend.
your good girl, yes, girl, your good girlfriend or your ex. Real quick, let me touch on your ex moving on to somebody else. The friendship moving on, and not necessarily, of course, because you're not going to be like, oh, was she friends with her or he friends with him? You're not going to really maybe think about that, but you will think about maybe like I guess what could have or what's going on in their life and how are they so progressive in their life, and I'm still stuck in this situation.
Right, and that is usually due to bitterness.
Yeah,
very but with that situation, for me, and a lot of my friends have been like, you are super commendable. Hear me loud. Super commendable for this, and like. In a situation where somebody has moved on to something better or something bigger, or they moved on to a friendship and they do all of this stuff with that friend and they don't do it with me anymore. I feel like I didn't bring out that feeling or those feelings in that person for them to be that person.
Absolutely.
With me.
Okay. Because I know some people look at it and be like, well, touching on a relationship, being in a relationship with somebody, that goes to show that there are some people out here that's like, F that, I'm not going to leave this man for the next bitch to, basically come in and take my spot.
After you put all your work in.
Exactly. I have molded this man to be the man that I want to be. If that was the case, why aren't y'all married yet? Why aren't not even married? Because some people don't want to get married. Right. Why aren't you where you want y'all to be if you've molded him into the person that you wanted him to be? He's not done growing.
And that's when I think comes in that realization. And a lot of people don't want to face that realization.
You can't change
You know
nobody.
what I mean? You can't change anybody, but B, like I was saying before, you might not bring out those feelings in that person. Yeah. You just might not. And that's not something that a lot of people want to realize. It's hard.
Absolutely.
It's hard to say, hey, you know what? I've been in this relationship for 8 years. Mm-hmm. We have a baby. Mm-hmm. I thought that we would progress.
But
we didn't. I ended up letting him go, and he got back. He got into a new relationship not far after our relationship ended, and he about to marry her.
And they happy go lucky. Exactly.
They happy go lucky. I could do two things. Two things. Mm-hmm. I can be bitter about the situation.
A bitter bitch.
I can be bitter about the situation. I could be that, or I could say, hey. How and this is what I do so I won't drive myself crazy. Trying to try to figure out what I did wrong or was I not good enough?
Right.
Or, to avoid all of that. I didn't bring that out of him.
Okay, I got you.
I didn't provoke those feelings. I don't,
and that's the truth. That is the cutthroat truth, and I say cutthroat because a lot of people can't take that. They can't take, the fact that I didn't bring that out of him. How did I not bring that out of him? I'm a good person.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Cooked, I clean. Yes, I'm fine.
I keep my body sitting, honey. All of that other type of stuff. All of that stuff that females like to throw out there. It's like they're like, and men too. I put it down. You know what I'm saying? I did this. I did that.
Then y'all break up.
Exactly.
She done gone left. She get married in 2 months.
Exactly. Yes. Tinder. Swipe left. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. It's, you know what I'm saying? You moved on to the next one. And it's just like I just can't, you know what I mean? I can't fathom.
Yeah. It's that truth. And that truth is really hard. It's hard. Having done it.
Because I'm the type of person that give people way too many chances. I mean, that's what I've heard. In my opinion, obviously it ain't way too many because I keep doing it.
I know her.
Yeah.
It's way too many.
Way too many. Oops.
However, you have to be comfortable.
When I goes back to say, when your breaking point. And clearly my breaking point is a little thicker than what some other people's breaking point may be. Yeah, it might be thin as a thread for some people, whereas mine is thick as a damn rope.
You'll keep giving it chances.
Exactly.
Until,
I'm gonna feed you that thick ass rope until it starts dwindling down, and then it's just like, oh my goodness, I'm running out of rope. I ain't gonna be able to get nobody rope for nobody else.
You got all this rope. You got all of this rope.
Yes.
But I'm done with you at the quarter.
This all I got left.
Quarter-inch in, and I'm done.
Yes.
Forget the rest of that rope. You don't get the rest of that rope. I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm done. Like I can't dwell. I'm not a dweller.
And you using that analogy makes me think about men and women who, they say, well, I gave so much to that person. I don't have nothing else to give. Bull crap, because if we're using the analogy of the rope, Lowe's and Home Depot is open to I don't think they're open 24/7, but they're open. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They're open. Go buy some new damn rope. And you know what I'm saying? So to put that in layman's terms, basically get back to you. Get back to your happiness. When you find your happiness, you realize that you have enough energy to evoke to everybody that comes into your life. That it goes with like even with having children. You don't love one child more than the other. Just because I had one no, she only has one, so she can't even comment on that. But you don't love one child more than the other. Right. So you know what I mean? It's the same way in that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
True. That's true.
So yeah, but you know what I mean. But look, we hope y'all still got y'all wine because we're about to go ahead and get into this wine down. It's a segment of the show where we like to, discuss weekly entertainment type of things or anything that's going on in the week that we're talking about. Now, so right now, what I think is perfect for this situation is the Chloe and Lamar situation. I want to get your opinion on that because it seems to me as if somebody can't let it go when it comes to that. How long has it been that we've heard they're supposed to get a divorce? The divorce papers were never signed.
That's
this
true.
man goes and gets, basically overdosed at a brothel.
At the Love Ranch.
At the Love Ranch, y'all. Y'all remember that on HBO? Yeah, they're really dating y'all. They're really dating y'all. But no, how long ago was that? So it's like me,
I don't know how long ago it was, but it was something there. I don't know if it was the possibility of them getting back together or what. But if I'm to the point of divorce, if we have already filed papers with the court and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, why not take that next step to finally end it?
Yeah.
If somebody in there didn't want cut that rope, snip that cord. Somebody wasn't.
They wanted to keep giving.
Exactly. Yeah, they did want to keep giving, and I don't know. I mean, maybe it all worked out for the best. Mm-hmm, I heard on the news, like the news is covering this. Like
this, y'all.
Not that his.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, of all things that we could be talking about in the news, they're going to cover this.
I was going to say what channel, but I'm not going to promote it.
There you go.
I watched the morning news, and this has been on the news just about every single day. When it all happened, when he overdosed at the Love Ranch, and they talking to the guy that owns it and the people that he slept with, and all kinds of stuff like that. The news has been highlighting this, but I recently heard, or she said somewhere, that the divorce was no rush or something like that. It was no rush. So she wasn't take it to that point.
You know what? And you saying that because I do watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, guilty. But I will say that in watching the show, I noticed that Chloe was never really ever ready to let it go because she would still talk to him on the phone. I mean, and I totally understand when somebody's going through something, a drug addiction or any type of addiction, you know what I'm saying? You kind of, when you love them, you kind of want to be there for them. You know what I mean? But I think that she had that little fling with French Montana, but really what's
the other dude name, the basketball player?
All I know is
Harden.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But my point is that even watching her and French, they look more like friends than relationships.
She wasn't really in it.
There you go.
She wasn't really
I don't think that she was ever really into any of those relationships other than with Lamar because, and I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that they got married so soon. You know what I mean? I think it was only 9 months.
But isn't that what happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, if I was in Hollywood, I probably would have had 4 husbands by now.
Because then it's like you get married just to get divorced. And that's just not how it should be.
Right.
But, I just feel like she was just never really ready to let it go. I really don't, because I could just see in certain relationships that she was in or certain ways that she would talk about him or talk to him that, her sister alone would tell, like, why are you still talking to him? I mean, Kim of all people, we talk about Kim, like, exactly. Like, we're talking about her. So I guess, hell, 4 marriages in, Kim know how to know when to let it go, y'all. But
she ain't got no problem letting it go.
None. So you know what I mean.
Starting over again.
Exactly. She was even telling her, you know what I mean, or kind of questioning her about what she was doing with him. So it's just like, I definitely feel like she was never really, really ready to let him go.
Right. I mean, I guess that's her husband.
Yeah.
That's her husband, and I think that she really wanted the relationship for so long. And I'm not a Kardashian watcher. I've watched it a few times, in the early seasons. Okay. But she was always like the outcast,
Now I will say Chloe seems to be a little bit more down to earth. I
agree.
She's a little bit
I agree.
more disrespectful to her mother than I think that she should be. I just wasn't raised like that. But you know what I mean? You know, I think that may have something to do with it. You know what I mean? And it may also have something to do with the fact that she only wants to be married once. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the type of entertainer that gets married 3 or 4 times. But you know what I mean? Look, that's all we've basically got for today. So, you know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and let you wrap this up today.
Yeah, so anybody who needs some coaching or a little bit of inspiration to let it go,
hit us up on Instagram.
Wind
Down Wednesdays.
Wind Down Wednesdays, and check this out.
Welcome back, everybody. Be sure to check us out on social media at Wind Down Wednesdays. Also, check the radio station out at WTTS Radio, and be sure to check back on the website as well, WTTSradio.com.
And I just want to leave you. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Wind Down. We are
joining us for our first show.
Glad that you tuned in to our very first show. Yay. Round of applause. Cheers. Yay! And I just want to leave you with a few words. Steve Maraboli said it best. The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward. With that being said,
thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Let it go. And thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure y'all tune in to us next week. Next Wednesday, 8 p.m.
right here.
Right here on WTTSradio.com.